They're going to ask you each a question. There will be 4 possible answers. One of those answers is correct. The other 3 were written by your opponents to try and fool you.
Oh, yes.
OK? Jenny, we'll start with you. Here's your question. Since the 1980s, Radio 4 Longwave has included an inaudible signal to control what? OK, 4 possible answers, one of which is correct. Feedback for hearing aids. Birds from interfering with radio masts. Electricity meters. Or boats. So one of those is correct. The other 3 were written by Felicity, Joe and Hugo.
I think they're all really good answers. OK, so I will go for feedback from hearing aids.
You're going to go feedback from hearing aids. What do you think at home? Agree, disagree? Has Jenny just won a point or given a point away? Is the answer feedback for hearing aids? Oh, I would have gone for that. I would have gone for that.
Birds?
What is the correct answer?
Oh, electricity.
Wow, would never have caught that.
Wow.
Lost
So you've given away a
wrote
point.
that?
Who
That's
have you given away a
brilliant.
point to? Who said feedback for hearing aids?
Very good, Joe.
That's very
Joe, that's such a good long answer.
Really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as you can see from my answer, boats, I didn't really understand the question.
Yeah.
Hey, I could have gone for boats easily.
Well played, Joe. Felicity, a question for you. What is unusual about the football kit for the English football team Bedale AFC that was unveiled in July 2021?
I already know this one. I'm joking.
4 answers. One of them is correct. 3 of them are written by your opponents. It's sequined. They have collars on their shirt. Made from recyclable plastics. Or it's see-through. Some good answers there.
This is my thinking.
Yeah.
That it's sequined and it's see-through sounds like contestants have just written an answer.
Gotcha.
They have collars on the shirt. I think it would be written as collared shirts.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to say made from recyclable plastics, only to find out it's sequined and it's see-through.
Is the answer made from recyclable plastics? It's not. What is the answer? It's see-through.
What?
Whoa. How about that?
saucy.
Yeah.
Very
So who have you given a point to?
No.
Here you go. Well
Good
played.
answer.
At the end
Well
there.
played.
Very cool, mate.
Of course, Mr.
Nicely done.
Sustainable.
It's sequined was written by Jenny, and they have collars on the shirts from Joe. And Joe, it is now your turn.
Wow,
Question
okay.
for you with 4 answers.
Thank you.
In his music hall act, Britain's first Olympian, Launceston Elliott, lifted a bar with what on each end? OK? A bicycle and rider. Anvils. Brass handbells. Or chimpanzee.
He would have had time to look after a monkey. No chimpanzee there. So either anvils or bicycle and rider. Now, it's a musical act. And also, right, thinking about this, logically, if I'm a turn in, late 19th century and I'm on an awesome cart and I've got to carry my props about, I'm not going to carry 2 anvils with me.
Interesting.
So what I think he'd do, he'd get somebody out the audience to sit on a bike either side, take the bikes and get 2 punters out. That's what I think he'd do. So I'm going to go for a bicycle
This
and a
is
rider.
so up your street. If I was doing a turn, get a couple of punters out.
Yep.
So you're going with bicycle and rider.
Yeah.
What do you think at home? What are you going with here? Is that the correct answer? Has Joe just scored a point? He has scored a point. Well played, Joe. Beautifully worked that as well. What a show Joe is having.
I'm loving
How
it.
about this?
I'm loving it.
Amazing
It's
stuff.
the way
Double points
go.
Friday.
Double points. Yeah, it's a good day to have a good day. Let's see who wrote the others. So Anvils was Hugo, Brass Handbells, Jenny, and Chimpanzee was Felicity. Final question of the round is Hugo.
we
4
go.
answers to your question. One of them is correct. In 2020, the Mars rover Perseverance took nearly 11 million of what to the red planet? Did it take 11 million solar microchips? Photos? Human names? Or pounds?
They took them, so they physically took them there. Photos, I'd imagine capturing photos whilst they were there would be one thing, but taking them there to do what? But the same could be said for human names. Pounds, why would you take pounds? The obvious one is solar microchips. I'm going to say solar microchips.
So, God, you took that very seriously. Wow.
He's got a couple of points and he's back in the game.
He wasn't like that on Strictly, was he? So you're going to say solar microchips. Do you agree at home? What's your answer on this one? Is solar microchips the correct answer? Has Hugo scored a point? He has not scored a point. What was the correct answer?
Human names, I think.
Yeah.
Human names is the correct answer.
My daughter paid 25 quid to have my name sent up there.
No.
Yeah, so if an alien ever lands there and goes, I'll go through these names. Who was Joe Pasquale? He was on, I remember seeing him once, he was on House of Games.
Such good branding, though, if they do ever invade. Yep. Jen, here's your question. What was unusual about the route that the number 78 bus driven by Albert Günther took on the 30th of December 1952? 4 possible answers. 1 is real, the other 3 written by Kelvin, Zoe and Ian. It went via the M6 motorway.
I think so.
It travelled along the Thames aboard a giant float. It was on time. Or it jumped over a gap as Tower Bridge was opening. So one of those is correct. 2 of those are trying to fool you, and 1 of those is, I suspect, written by a stand-up comedian trying to get a laugh.
I mean, we can all spot Ian Moore's.
Sacrificing a point in the... But listen, you'll always sacrifice a point for a laugh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Travel along the Thames aboard a giant float feels like something Zoe would say.
Oh, my God, that's so Zoe.
That is like so Zoe.
So me.
Look, I used to love the A-Team when I was a kid, and I'm really channeling the A-Team here. I'm going, it jumped over a little gap as Tower Bridge was opening.
It jumped over a gap as Tower Bridge was opening? It's the right answer, Jen. Very well done.
Wow.
You and not a point to one of your opponents. Let's reveal who wrote the others. It went by the M6 motorway. It was Kelvin. Oh, my God, this is so Zoe. It travelled along the Thames aboard a giant float.
You know me so
every day of the week.
Literally, we've spent so much time together now.
And Ian Moore, I mean, need it be said.
I haven't played this round very well.
Have you just gone for a laugh each time, Ian? OK. Kelvin, question for you with 4 possible answers. Who took his 16th title as World Toe Wrestling Champion in 2019 in Wetton, Staffordshire? Noam the Battler Chomsky, Darren Wiggy Wignall, Alan Nasty Nash, or Alexander the Great Wyszynewski? What do we think at home on this one?
Darren Wiggy Wignall. Mr. Chomsky's looking pretty good. I'm going to go for the first one, Noam the Battler Chomsky.
Oh, my God, you got away with one there, Ian.
Oh.
I cannot believe it.
Is that the correct answer? It is not. The correct answer was Alan Nasty Nash, and the women's event was won by Lisa Twinkletoes Shenton. And I would bet every penny I've got that Noam Chomsky was written by Ian. Well done, Ian. You get yourself a point. Darren Wiggy Wignall was Jen, and Alexander the Great Wyszynewski, which I think I might have gone for, was Zoe. Well played. Zoe, it is your question. The Ayanacea clay tablet is considered the world's oldest known example of what kind of letter? Is it customer complaint, we called but you were out, love letter, or postcard? Those are good answers, aren't they?
They are, indeed. Let's exclude a couple. There isn't an obvious Ian one here. We called but you were out is probably yours. I would like to guess at postcard.
You're going postcard. Given a point to an opponent. What's the correct answer? Customer complaint.
Customer complaint?
Yeah, the first ever customer complaint, or the oldest surviving customer complaint. So who have you given a point to? Who said postcard? Jen.
Oh, well, there we
postcard.
go.
Well done, Jen.
That's fair.
That is the universe.
That is.
Making amends. Love letter was Kelvin. I think I would have gone for that, Kelvin. And surprise, surprise, we called but you were out was Ian Moore. Ian, it is now your turn.
Right.
Who was the first recorded owner of a pair of football boots? Was it Reggie Barnes? Was it Freddie Albert? These are great already. Was it the Duke of Wellington? Or was it Henry VIII? Wow. That's a thinker, isn't it?
Henry VIII. I don't think football was around at that point. The Duke of Wellington, that doesn't sound likely. The other two, they both sound really plausible.
Yeah.
I think it's Freddie Albert.
I'm going to go Freddie Albert. Let's find out, has Ian scored a point at a crucial time or given one away? He's given one away. Interesting. What was the correct answer? Henry VIII. It's always Henry VIII, isn't it? Who wrote Freddie Albert? Who have you given a point to? Kelvin. Well played, Kelvin. Done. Reggie Barnes was Jen, and Duke of Wellington was Zoe.
Right.
You now have a question. You're going to have 4 possible answers to it. What is the title of Stephen Fry's 2021 fashion-themed book? 4 possible answers. 1 is correct. The other 3 were written by Stephen, Amanda and Nick. Was his fashion-themed book called I'm Not Jealous of Hugh Laurie, Stephen's Slacks, Fry's Ties, or was it called The Devil Wears Tweed?
Oh, interesting.
What do we think at home on that one? Which of those would you go for? So one of those is correct, the other 3 written by your poker-faced opponents.
I know. I feel like the middle 2 are too obvious. I feel like that's a very that's a name that someone would make up. So I'm going to go with 1 or 4. I think maybe for copyright reasons he couldn't go with The Devil Wears Tweed, so maybe it's number 1.
I like it when an answer comes down to copyright. So you're going with I'm Not Jealous of Hugh Laurie. Do you agree at home? You disagree? Let's find out. Christelle, have you scored yourself a point or have you given a point away? Is that the correct answer?
Oh, no!
Incorrect. What was the correct answer? Fry's Ties.
No way!
All about his ties. So, Christelle, you don't get a point. You've given away a point. Who have you given a point to? I would have put every penny I own, Nick, on that being you.
Genuinely just scribbled it down as a joke.
Yeah.
I had no intention of nicking a point, I think.
That had Nick Moran
just an
all
idea
over it.
to...
Scored yourself a point. Well done, Nick.
I don't deserve it.
Nicely done, yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fry. It was just a little gag.
It's a good title for a book, though. I like it.
Stephen Slacks was Stephen, and Amanda wrote The Devil Wears Tweed. Devil Wears Tweed. And Amanda, it's now your question.
OK.
What was adopted as the official state sport of Maryland in 1962? See, some of them you just know the answer to.
Yeah.
Was it jousting, baseball, making cookies, or rowing? So one of those is correct. The other 3 written by your opponents. What's your first reaction?
The obvious choice would be baseball, wouldn't it? But I'm thinking that's probably too obvious. Making cookies, you can't have that as a sport, cookie making.
They can't make baking into a competitive format, can they?
No, that'll never catch on.
Awful.
Who wants to watch that?
Who would watch such an awful concept?
God, that'll never catch on.
It's between rowing and jousting, and I remember when I was filming in America, there was an awful lot of those kind of jousting tournaments that you could go to, and
they'd had like big feasts and
things. But is it really a state sport? I'm going to go jousting.
Have you won a point? Have you given a point away? What do you think at home? Agree, disagree with Amanda? Let's find out. Is the answer jousting? It is jousting. Well done. Well done. Baseball was Christelle. Making cookies?
Nick.
And rowing was Stephen. Nick, your question. Every point absolutely crucial at the moment. The leaderboard is incredibly close. What was unusual about the 2021 winner of New Zealand's Bird of the Year competition, an annual poll run by the conservation organisation Forest and Bird? Was it had 1 foot, it was a bat, it couldn't fly, or it was stuffed? I mean, there's a lot to think about there, isn't it?
I mean...
Yeah.
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 OK,
I mean, you kind of wish it wasn't such a crucial point, but that's where we find ourselves.
OK, New Zealand. I'm going to say it couldn't fly.
I'm going to say it couldn't fly.
It couldn't fly.
Have you won a point? Have you given a point away? What do you think at home? What would you go for here? Let's find out, shall we? Has Nick Moran won a point with it couldn't fly? No. The correct answer was... It was a bat.
Gosh.
Every bat has its day. So, you've given a point away to whoever said it couldn't fly. Every point absolutely crucial at the moment. Who has this one gone to? Amanda gets the point.
All the people.
Amanda gets the point. It had 1 foot. Was Christelle, and it was stuffed. I would have gone for that. That's what I would have gone for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was a good
Stephen.
one.
That's a good answer.
Carol, here's your question. Fresh otter droppings can be identified by their smell, which resembles that of which beverage? You're going to see 4 answers. One of those answers is the correct answer. The other answers were written by Babatunde, Richie and Joe. So, do they smell of jasmine tea, Coca-Cola, chocolate milkshake, or gin? Those are good fake answers. So one of those is the real answer. The others were written by your 3 opponents there to try and fool you. What do you think at home on this one? Have you ever been close enough to an otter?
Say I've ever been around the back end of an otter at the appropriate moment.
No, me either. And listen, that's it's a good thing, isn't it?
I can't imagine it would be anything particularly sweet smelling. So I am going to go for gin.
Going to go for gin. Every point in this round important. Of course, you can get a point, but you could also give a point away to one of your opponents. So, Carol Smiley is saying gin. Is that the correct answer? It is not. Ooh. So you've given a point away. Let's take a look at what the correct answer was first. Jasmine tea. Oh, sounds nice.
I totally thought that Joe would have written that down. I don't know why.
I thought you had written that. I thought that sounds unbelievable.
I mean, it's absolutely ruined jasmine tea for me, but apart from that...
Me too.
Carol, you have given a point away. Who have you given a point to? Joe gets a point. Wow, looking very,
Yeah,
very
actually,
good.
the more I think about it now, she's gin more than...
Yeah. Come on.
Totally
jasmine tea.
I like to think I'm gin, not jasmine tea.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola was written by Babatunde, and chocolate milkshake was Richie. Babatunde, a question for you now.
OK.
In 2018, 82-year-old Sridhar Chilal gave a New York museum the world's longest what? OK, so 4 answers. 1 is correct. The other 3 written by Carol, Richie and Joe. Eyelash, fingernails, beard, or triptych?
I don't believe it would be eyelash. I don't think normal eyelashes even grow that long. I'm going to go with what kind of made me feel some way the first time. I'm going to go with fingernails.
Have you scored a point, Babatunde? Have you given a point away? What do you think at home on this one? Is the answer fingernails? It is. Well done. Very well done. You get a point and you don't give any away, which is perfect. Eyelash was Richie. Beard was Joe, and Carol got all arty with us there with triptych. Nice, which will have fooled a few people, I suspect. Richie, question for you now. Are you going to score a point? Are you going to give a point away? What was the name of the pop group consisting of Noel Edmonds, Keith Chegwin and Maggie Philbin, who had a UK Top 20 single in 1982? One of these is correct. The others were made up by your opponents. Were they called Brown Sauce, Swap Shop Rockers, Take That, or No Chem? Those are really good fake answers.
They could all be bands.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all those times I've listened to Ken Bruce do Pop Master.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Ken's ever played this.
No. But I know it's not Take That, because I know who Take That are.
But what if that's why they're asking the question? Because it's a weird...
Good question.
Sorry, I don't know the answer, so I'm...
And everyone's got good poker faces. I feel like Swap Shop, was it a programme?
Carol, I feel... This is... wow. I mean, wow. I mean, Joe, wow,
I know.
right?
It was a programme. It was an institution.
Was it a programme?
And I feel like Noel Edmonds was on it.
I mean, listen, I don't even know what to say.
I'm going to go with the Swap Shop Rockers.
Going with the Swap Shop Rockers. Well, all three of them were on Swap Shop. That I will definitely say. Richie, have you scored a point? What do you think at home? Perhaps you know the answer to this one. Perhaps you own this record. Was the answer Swap Shop Rockers? It's not. It's a great answer, though. What was the correct answer? Brown sauce was the correct answer. Very well done if you said that at home. So you've given away a point to someone. Who came up with Swap Shop Rockers? Oh, Joe, what a round you're having.
I remember
Well
Swap
played.
Shop. Yes.
I remember Swap Shop very well. Well played, Joe. Point to you. Take that was Babatunde. But listen, but it might have been, right? They might have, years ago, done it.
Of course not. They were in the 90s.
And No Cam, Noel, Keith, Maggie was Carol. Bryony, here's your question. In May 2021, Sonny Molina broke the world record for walking barefoot for the longest distance over what? 4 answers. One is correct. The others were written by Milton, Rhea and Martin. Did Sonny walk over hot coals? Over the Nevada desert? Over broken glass? Or over Lego? Those are great answers.
I really want it to be Lego.
Yeah, I'd love it to be Lego.
I mean, they're all very plausible.
They are, yes.
I'm going to go for Lego just because I like the answer and because it could be any of them.
What do you think at home? Would you go with Lego? Let's find out, shall we? Is the answer Lego? It is Lego. Wow. Well done. Yeah, he walked for over 29,000 feet.
Oh my goodness.
Over bricks of Lego.
Oh.
Who wrote Hot Coals? Was Martin, Nevada Desert? Was Milton, and Broken Glass? Was Rhea? I'm sure you fooled people at home with that, but Lego was the answer. Milton?
Yep.
Question for you. 4 possible answers. Thanks to a successful humorous fundraising campaign, what monument was unveiled in the seaside town of Newhaven in May 2019? 4 options. 1 is correct. A statue of the Little Mermaid, a giant poo emoji in a bag, a bench in honour of gangster rapper Eazy-E, or a giant pot noodle outside the factory.
It wasn't a giant poo emoji outside the pot noodle factory. I go for the poo emoji just to make people clear up their dog
so
stuff.
like a kind of... That's clever. That's clever. What do you think, Owen? You agree, disagree with Milton on this one? Is there a statue of a giant poo emoji in a bag in Newhaven? There's not. There is not. You've given away a point. Firstly, let's look at what the right answer was. It's a bench in honour of gangster rapper Eazy-E.
Wow.
Milton, you've given away a point, but who have you given it to? Who wrote a giant poo emoji in a bag? Well, blow me down.
Exactly for why he said.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. Statue of the Little Mermaid was Bryony, and I think I might have gone for this one, a giant pot noodle outside the factory. Martin. Well played, Rhea, there. And Rhea, it's now your turn. 1 question, 4 answers. What is the title of the song released by Al Martino in 1952 that became the first ever UK #1 single? Was it Hound Dog? I Will Always Love You? Here in My Heart? Or Please Believe Me?
I'm leaning towards either Here in My Heart or Please Believe Me.
Are you trying to get a tell?
Yeah.
I've never seen competitors look more like that.
I'm going to go with Here in My Heart because Please Believe Me sounds like something that one of the other 3 would write in terms of please believe this is the
believe me.
Please believe me.
If you read it out as Please Believe Me, then it is a pretty good point.
So for that, I'm going to go with Here in My Heart.
What do you think, Here in My Heart? Do you agree, disagree with Rhea? Is that the correct answer? Have you scored a point or given a point away? You scored a point, Rhea. Well done. Very well done. Hound Dog was Milton, I Will Always Love You. was Bryony, and please, believe me, it was Martin.
You were so right about my play entendre on that one.
And Martin, it's now your question.
Right.
In the 1960s, what did the World Health Organization do to tackle a rat infestation in Borneo? Did they release parachuting cats?
Awesome.
Wow.
Did they install nets across all drains and manholes? Did they release laughing gas? Or did they import 500 Yorkshire Terriers from the UK?
Ooh.
Those are all very good answers.
Well, the parachuting cats, I mean, come on. I mean, I love the idea. With the little goggles, you know, and the machine guns or whatever cats have when they use them to kill rats.
They call them the Royal Meowreens.
Hey, very nice.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Feline lucky on that one.
Yeah, there you go.
They install nets across all drains and manholes. Obvious. Laughing gas. How could you release laughing gas? Do Yorkshire Terriers catch rats? I reckon that they install nets across all drains and manholes.
OK, you're going to go with installing nets across drains and manholes. What do you think at home? If you've gone with that one, has somebody fooled you? Is that the correct answer? It is not the correct answer. You've given away a point. So what was the correct answer?
It cannot be the cats. No!
How about that?
Yeah. No!
Wow. Yeah, release parachuting cats to deal with the rats. So who have you given a point to? Ria! Whoa! What a round you've had. Laughing gas was Bryony, and this is what I would have gone for. The Yorkshire Terriers was Milton. That's the end of the rounds.